Hi, welcome to Observations. This is a new segment that I'm going to do, and it's just random shit. And I might do an episode and then never do an episode again, so don't get used to it or anything. Because you know how this channel goes, it's a bunch of bullshit. So I wanted to talk about something. I wanted to talk about how a band or an artist or somebody who considers themselves an artist or artists can make an absolutely terrible song, and then a bunch of other people can turn it into a really great song. So in this case, we're going to talk about Foster the People. Their song "Pumped Up Kicks," uh, it sucks. It's a terrible fucking song. It's stupid. It's it's not. It's like upbeat and stuff, and then you listen to the lyrics and it's like, okay, I see you're trying to be a little edgy there or something. I don't know. The song sucked. The original track absolutely sucked. Good concept. You tried, but you suck. Um, what happened was a lot of people ended up covering that song, including a friend of my cousin who I've met before. He's a very nice guy. He did an acoustic cover of it, and it was very melancholy, very down to earth, and it it still had like if you look at somebody else who covered it, say like Three Teeth, an industrial band, um, their version is very dark, but his version, his acoustic version, my cousin's friend, still had that darkness there that wasn't captured by the like they had the idea with the lyrics, Foster the People, but they made the song upbeat and stuff, and it kind of they were trying too hard to like be controversial, and it didn't stick. I don't know. Some people might like it. I think it was absolute trash. Um, Toast to them for coming up with the main concept because a lot of people built off of that and came up with great versions of the song that were way better than the original. So you have that acoustic version, which is really good. I'm not going to use his name because that's not fair to him. Um, but if you look up like a cover of Pumped Up Kicks, I'm sure there are like hundreds of them. You may find it. It's very good. It's very emotional, and I think it really captures what they were trying to do. They just couldn't do it. They weren't capable of doing it. They had the lyrics, whoever the lyricist is in that band. I guess I mean, they knew what they were doing, but the music just didn't fit the vibe of, what. I mean, if they were writing about what we all think they were writing about, then uh, it just wasn't there. There was no presence there. Like it was just like kids doodling on a chalkboard. Like they happened to come up with something that was really creative, and other people made better versions of it. So the Three Teeth version is very industrial and really captures that sort of darkness in there, and it's such a it's such a negative song that it makes it so obvious that Foster the People they were trying to come up with like severely negative lyrics and then put it to this upbeat kind of song and make it like edgy, like, yeah, we don't care that life sucks. Like, I mean, I'm not sure those people even get it. I'm not sure they even get it. Um, they saw an opportunity and they came up with it. And yes, I will shit all over them every chance I get. I don't face any repercussions for that. I don't. I'm allowed to say what I feel about you know music that I hear. Um, we'll credit them for coming up with the lyrics though, and the concept of the song. And a lot of people have made just way better versions of that song. I mean, all their version is just a template, and everybody else built on it and made versions that were way better than could ever be imagined. But I don't think you can tell when an artist like genuinely feels something or when they're just trying to be edgy. Take Nine Inch Nails for example. You know, we don't like him anymore because he sold out. It was funny. My mother was watching a documentary uh, the other night, and it just she'll watch anything, and it just happened to be Nine Inch Nails, and I heard Closer playing, and I go, "Oh, who's listening to Nine Inch Nails in here?" I walked in, and you know, it's things like that that really piss me off about art and about music, especially that people like that are, they're credited with like starting a genre, and they they, they didn't start the genre. They may have popularized it. They may have made it radio friendly because they have some commercial gain uh, out of that. You know, the bands like KMFDM, they never thought that way. I mean, Sasha's a businessman, and he's very good at what he does. But you're not going to hear KMFDM on the radio. He doesn't sell out to punks. He markets himself. He markets his band, and he always has. But that's his thing. He doesn't sell out to other people. You know, a lot of industrial bands are like that, and that's why we love them. That's why we don't love Trent Reznor anymore. Uh, Given he made a lot of really great music when he was young, um, probably was taken advantage of a little bit. They see something that can sell, they're gonna try to get with you and schmooze with you and talk to you. But anyway, back to pumped up kicks. Three Teeth to the version that was very industrial, very dark, and it brings it all out. It totally does. I mean, what I do is I listen to music and I think about different projects. I think about like movies and TV shows that I can make and who I would cast and none of this is ever going to happen. It's just me like daydreaming, and there really should be like a solid fact based um, movie about Columbine with good actors. Without It should be factual and it should be on point. It shouldn't be this like big extravaganza where it should just be exactly what happened based on all the information there's out there. And there should be a movie, and that acoustic version should be somewhere in the middle, and then that Three Teeth version should be at the credits. And these are the kinds of little like details I think about, and like who I would cast. Like, if I had that opportunity to make a movie or a TV show, I remember before True Detective 3 came out, I was already I was grinding gears in my head trying to like, oh yeah, this would be a good idea. This would be a good plot. We've got all of these people as actors, and not like it was ever going to happen, but that's just how I think in my free time. I like to think about those things, and I wish I had an opportunity to do something spectacular like that, but uh, that's probably just not going to happen in my lifetime. So, yeah, um, just a little rant on like random things. Um, Foster the People's version of Pumped Up Kicks. good template, but your song fucking sucks and you suck as a band. Tons of people have covered the song. Um, I implore you to check out every version you can, because even between the two that I've mentioned alone, uh, they tell completely different sides of that whole story. They're both very interesting to me, and that was a horrible thing that happened, and I think it's pretty obvious the song has something to do with that, or at least a similar story. Um, and hopefully things change. That was years and years and years ago, a long time ago. Other things have happened since, similar. Nothing quite on that scale, but we are all frustrated, and it's important to remember that when you think about the fact that, say, uh, after Columbine happened, KMFDM were kind of they were, they were they tried to blame them a little bit, like just because Eric and Dylan were big into KMFDM, they wore T-shirts, they wore hats. Um, you know, Sasha declined an interview, and all he said was, "We make some music, and what people do with that, you know, that's what we're putting out records. That's what we're doing. What people do with that is their own business. We're not responsible for it." And that was a very intelligent, mature way to respond to that, because they're not to blame. Nobody is. And it, while they declined an interview, obviously Marilyn Manson uh, did the interview in Bowling for Columbine, which Michael Moore is a sensationalist. He's sort of a piece of shit. He's fake. I did like that he put that together, though. I like it so much that I have it on DVD. Uh, I do like that documentary. I think it's pretty good, pretty informative. Um, it tells the story a certain way that resonates with me. That I can understand what happened there. You know, um, even knowing he's a sensationalist and he's just trying to get people to tear up and shit. But Marilyn Manson's interview, he said one of the best things that he said is, "You put on a record, it's not going to yell at you, it's not going to judge you, it's not going to make fun of you." And I think that's it's what goes wrong sometimes. People, they feel empowered by the music they listen to. It could be a book you read, it could be a piece of artwork that you look at. People tend to feel empowered. They feel like, oh, now I'm above this. Well, no, you're not above anything. You're still exactly who you are, but you have something to relate to. You have people out there who are making music, making paintings, making writing books, writing poetry, and you can relate to that. So at least you have an anchor, and you can keep your sanity, and you can go on for one more day at least. That's the thing some people miss. It goes right over the head, and they think that now this is a tool for me to feel empowered, to be more powerful than people, and I'm better than people. That's just not the way it is. Um, I think that's a perfect example of what happened in that particular situation. Um, they just felt so cornered that, uh, oh, okay, well, now we're better than everyone else. We can do what we want. We can take people out of this life. You can't do that. You're not. That's not how this works. See, basic logic would dictate that if you are better than people, then you just look at them and go, psst, and just move on. You do what you do. Me and my friends at work were talking about uh, high school reunions and stuff. And it's funny because I worked with a friend of mine who I went to high school with, who I was best friends with in high school. And we had a falling out. I had a falling out with all of them, but it's weird because I work with them now, maybe 1 or 2 days a week, depending on what's going on in the building and where we're all placed. And I get along with them just fine because we're both just standing there like, you know what, we're working a job. But a bunch of us were talking about high school reunions and how, oh yeah, yeah, I'll totally go to a fucking 20-year high school reunion and go talk to this kid or that kid who's got a fucking startup company in Silicon Valley, and I'm fucking busting my ass at FedEx for no money. And I don't know, who the fuck cares? Like I got parents who care about me enough to you know let me find my way to get out of here, and I've been fortunate, and I'm doing work that I love doing, and I don't know. Doesn't matter where you're at in life. It's life. Life's gonna suck, pretty much. No matter what, you just gotta like one day at a time, just fucking deal with it. Nah, it's little pieces of music, paintings, books, poetry. Those are the things that keep us alive. Because those are the things we can connect to, and anchor on to. It's so shitty to think that these people are out there. They're doing the hard work. They're being creative. I wish I were more creative. I wish I could make a living off of art somehow. Maybe poetry. That's probably all I got, if anything. It sucks to think these people are like doing this, and either you got idiots who it flows right over the head. They don't get it. They take it the wrong way. They go and do something bad about it. Or you got people who, on the same turn, don't get it, but they're also like happy-go-lucky, fucking no problems at all. They don't understand the music because they can't relate to it at all in any capacity. It's weird, man. It's weird that of all artists, or I'm going to use quotes, artists, Foster the People would come up with this amazing song that they totally butchered, and then a bunch of other people made like way better versions of it. That's just amazing to me. That might be the only example I can think of some kind of phenomenon like that. Yeah, this is Observations episode 1. I don't know if there's going to be an episode 2, just like all the other little mini things that I've started on this channel. But uh, yeah, there you go. I'll get that Soulseek video up as soon as possible.